What up, what up, what up, New York John Nation? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, coming back at y'all with episode 11 of the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. And it was a interesting week for the NFC East teams last week. Only three of them played. Only one managed to get the W. We all know who that was. Got to start my shit early, you know. But we're going to get right on into it, y'all. And with the first game, this is a weird week, man. Week 9 was an interesting week in the NFL, man. So it was a lot of upsets. It was the week of the underdogs. Definitely the underdog week. What's good, Philly B? My bad, bro. My bad. You know, I had to slide that in there though. But it was definitely the week of the underdog. What's going on, Sunday? Good to see you. But we're gonna start with the Broncos traveling down to Big D. And they went down there and they took over, man. Went down there and blew the roof off of Texas Stadium. You know what I mean? So Dak picked a rough week to have his worst game of the season, man. I mean, to some, these numbers don't look so bad, but for the way Dak Prescott's been playing all year, this is definitely his weakest effort. 19 to 39, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Most of those yards was an absolute garbage time. The final score of this game was 30-16. Let's keep it all the way real. Before the Cowboys scored those 16 points, the score was 30-0. So those 16 points, those 2 touchdowns came in absolute total garbage time. As far as I'm concerned, the Cowboys basically got shut the hell out in this game. I mean, they scored those 2 touchdowns. Denver just took their foot off the gas completely because the game was in full control. Something the Cowboys been doing really well the last few weeks. They didn't manage to get the job done. This week also was their run game. They've been getting the run game going the last few games they played, and this week it was just they couldn't get their foot under them, man. But at the same time, Broncos came out and blew the doors off of them. So they really never had much of a chance to get the run game going. I mean, Zeke did chip in 51 yards on the ground. But that's about all he could do, man. That's all he can muster. And one thing, Dak, what's going on, Jeff? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. But one thing they couldn't get done, man, in this game, which was really odd and peculiar, was Dak just could not find a connection. He could not find a connection with his receivers, man, which has been really crazy because he has been like CeeDee Lamb has been his absolute go-to guy, man. I mean, he targeted CeeDee Lamb 9 times in this game and only was able to hit him two times. That's total opposite of how things have been going for the Cowboys this season, especially for Dak. I mean, a couple weeks ago, I was on this very podcast talking about how Dak's not only just a comeback player of the year candidate. Right now, he's looking like an MVP candidate, but not an MVP performance this Sunday, man. Defense did still manage to get 1 turnover, but clearly it didn't impact the game either. This defense, they're not turning the ball over at a high rate. It's just not that impressive. That's what makes this defense look as decent as it has been looking. It's just the fact that they've been able to just get so many turnovers, so opportunistic, and they really weren't that on Sunday. I mean, like I said, they got the 1 fumble, but covered 1 fumble, but that was it, man. This defense was pretty anemic on Sunday. As they say, the Denver Broncos, who I feel like are not known as a high-powered offense, went out there, went down to Dallas and absolutely just blew the doors off of them. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, other than the fact that I picked the Cowboys on my football pool, you know what I mean? Other than that fact, I'm still ecstatic that the Cowboys got that ass whooped. Something need to humble them cats a little bit, bring them down to reality, and let us see, you know, that they can be got, man. You know what I mean? Because Denver Broncos, for what it's worth, they're not a bad football team. Obviously, they kicked our ass week 1 too, but they're not a great football team, and I feel like there's no way they should have went down to Dallas with the way the Cowboys been playing all season and won that football game, especially especially the way they have. You know what I mean? Especially the way they did, excuse me. So, big up to the Denver Broncos for taking care of that business. Cowboys are still way ahead of the rest of the division right now, even with that loss. But at the same time, that loss still brought them a touch closer. Because it's reality, like I said, in this NFC East, man, it is not over. It's never over in NFC East. You can forget about it. But yeah, I hope you do feel better Sunday. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that right now. But let's move on to the next game, man. And that's going to be the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. This was a pretty good game. This was definitely a pretty good game, to say the least, man. I was impressed, honestly. I was had me a little on the edge of my seat a little bit. I was a little bit nervous because I really thought the Eagles was going to find a way to win this game, man. But they did not. They came up short. The Chargers went over to Philly, took care of that business. Once again, some more good business that helped benefits the New York Giants. 27-24 with a game-winning field goal late. Or was second with the game with time running off the clock, actually. And they handled that, man. And they took care of them Eagles for us, man. Jalen Hurts, man. Once again, definitely not. He never jumps off the pace with his passing numbers usually. 11-17, 162 yards, and a touchdown in the air. But once again, this is for the second straight week, man. This Philadelphia Eagle team thank you, Sunday, has finally started to just really assert themselves with the run game other than Jalen Hurts. He's been running all season. We all know that. That kid has been making some serious major plays with his legs, but they have not been utilizing their running backs as well as I thought they should all season. But these last couple of games, I find it ironic that they wait till Miles Sanders is not healthy and not able to go to the side, turn around and hand the ball off to their running backs. I mean, bringing Jordan Howard off the practice squad, and now he's just 17 carries. Miles Sanders ain't seen that all season. I feel like that's absolutely absurd to me. But whatever. I mean, it's clearly working. I mean, they didn't get the job done in this game. They didn't get the victory, man. But that run game is looking like something serious to be dealing with right about now, especially with the threat that Jalen Hurts already is, and the fact that you're using your running backs, finding ways to use your running backs so well. That's getting a little interesting over there in Philly, man. And we'll have to watch out for that. So yeah, Howard has played well for the Eagles, but their defense has been bad, and their defensive coordinator has been horrendous. Absolutely, he was getting ready to get to that in a couple of minutes about their defense. You hit that right on the head, man. But their defense is absolutely terrible. But before I get full into this, I do want to once again also note Devonta Smith once again having another big game. Young man's had kind of a bit up and down rookie season so far, but once again, he's still proving that he does belong in this league. Like I said, everybody criticized him saying he was way too small. No way he's going to make it. He'll just go out there and get hurt. Well, guess what? The man ain't been hurt yet. He's made it through the halfway point of this season, and he's making plays. Like I said, he had 5 catches on the day, 116 yards, and a touchdown. So, yeah, he's getting it done, man. I mean, he's proven he definitely belongs in this league, and I'm still upset he's not a New York Giant because that was going to be the pick had the Eagles not jumped in front of us. We all know it, and that's why he jumped in front of us to take him. You know what I mean? Point blank and period. And that's part of why I hate the Eagles so bad, other than the fact that I also live right around here and deal with their obnoxious-ass fans on a daily basis. But their defense, man, it's got to get absolutely better, man. I mean, it's got to. Their defense it's just terrible. I don't know what's the problem is. Their offense definitely keeps them in games. Like I said, for what's it worth, Jalen Hurts makes enough plays to definitely keep this team in pretty much every game this season. Just about. I mean, I can't remember exactly how all the games worked out for them offhand, but I feel like they might have had one or two lopsided losses. You know what I mean? But pretty much they've been in their games most of the season, man. And it's just because of this defense that keeps letting them down week in and week out, man. They just have like major issues. Linebackers are just, I mean, Singleton, he's all over the field and everything, but I mean, I kind of like Singleton. I mean, just because of like the way he just sticks his head in there. He's a thumper, but I don't know, man. The rest, I don't. The rest of their linebackers, it's just bad. And their secondary gets absolutely torched week in, week out. For what's it worth, they're still pretty okay up front, pretty solid and pretty stout. Still not an easy team to run the football against yet. Can only hold up for so long in a game before you finally get worn out. Even the best do. I mean, Fletcher Cox is still playing at a high level, but at the same time, he's only one man. You got Nick Barnett still making the same ridiculous mistakes every week. You can see, like, I don't even know how that kid gets on the field anymore with all the dumb penalties he gets every single game. But this defense is absolutely horrendous, man. And it needs to get cleaned up if the Eagles are going to have any kind of semblance of success going forward the rest of this season. I'm not sure what the rest of their schedule is looking like, but it's got to get cleaned up. You said Devonta Smith would have looked good with the Giants, but I'm happy. Well, yeah, I mean, hindsight is definitely 2020 there too. Also, I'm definitely not upset about that either. I'm satisfied with Kadarius Toney. He's clearly a playmaker for us. You got to figure out a way to start getting him to make some more plays because game on Sunday, he just was not targeted enough, in my opinion. But who knows if that was somehow part of the game plan? I don't know, man. I don't know what our coaches think sometimes, but be talking about that in a few minutes, man. Said you're hoping against the Bucs we can get Saquon Barkley, Shepard, and especially Andrew Thomas back. Need to be as close to full strength against the Bucs team in Tampa Bay. Definitely agree with that, brother. I definitely agree with that. Like, and out of all of those names, it's weird. To some people, it might seem crazy, but not to a true football fan. I feel like Andrew Thomas is actually the most important one of the bunch, man. Even when you got Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard's name included on that list, we absolutely need Andrew Thomas back. Daniel Jones needs Andrew Thomas back. Like, absolutely. That has to happen. It just has to happen, man. Because he's been, I feel like Daniel Jones right now has absolutely no faith and no trust that his blind side is being protected, and that's causing him to have small little setbacks here and there in the games, man. It's definitely bringing his pocket awareness back into question. I felt like he was beginning to get a little bit more comfortable back there, giving a little more trust, a little more faith, knowing that at the very least his blind side was going to be protected. And right now he's back to the point of not having a clue and not having any faith and belief in that. So we definitely need to get Andrew Thomas back. But one more last thing I just want to say about this game, Chargers-Eagles game, and it's more like just addressing more to Nick Sirianni, man, as a coach. Like I know you're a rookie head coach. It's your first time doing this season and everything, man. But you got a great running back in Miles Sanders that's on your roster, man. And I feel like you did your team a disservice the whole first however many games when you had this man available and you just were not using him. You were not turning around and handing the ball off to this man. And now that you have the audacity, now that he's hurt and been out for a few games, missing a few games, to be turning around and handing the ball off all willy-nilly to every running back you got on your roster. Come on, man. It's disrespectful, man. And not to mention, for what it's worth, even with the guys you're using now, the Boston Scotts and the Jordan Howards and the Kenneth Gainwells of the world, it's working. Guess what? It'll work even better with Miles Sanders. And you got that guy. He's a part of your team. I mean, right now he's not available to you, but you got to use that dude, man. I just don't get it. Sometimes when I just don't get things, I got to bring it into question. Miles Sanders is absolutely legit. And if you got these guys going like that, could you imagine what you'd be doing if you had Miles Sanders, if you were turning around and handing the ball to Miles Sanders the way you should be? And not for nothing, man. You got to spare your young quarterback a little bit, man. All that running around, tell him give RG3 a call, man. Tell him to give RG3 a call. Have him talk to that young man and find out why he needs to. if he plans on having a future as being a franchise quarterback in this league, I mean, you make the plays when they're there to make, man. But right now, he's pretty much your running weapon. And that can't be the case, man. That can't be the case. Got to fit. Even in Baltimore, Lamar runs a lot. He does. But their running backs get some work. So, like, I'm just, whatever. I don't really, care about the Eagles, obviously. But at the same time, do my, service, my courtesy is just to let y'all know that, you should really utilize the great running back that you have in Miles Sanders when he's available to you. But we're going to get ready to move on to the next NFC game from Sunday. And we know what that is. That would be the New York Football Giants hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. And the New York Giants will come home with another W, 23-16. Daniel Jones' passing numbers were absolutely anemic in this one. 15 of 20, 110 yards, and a touchdown. But here's the problem with the Jason Garrett play calling and everything else. I get that we're having serious offensive line issues right now, but we were able to get the run game going, man, in this one. Like, big time. Devonta Booker had this team on their heels as far as on the run game, man. So if ever was a game where we could have utilized the play-action pass a whole lot more and maybe make some plays downfield, it was this one. Because this is the first game we were able to come out and legitimately assert ourselves in the run game, in the ground game. Because for what's it worth, Daniel Jones' absolute biggest strength, his best strength as a quarterback is his downfield throwing ability. Took one big strike. And guess what that one big strike did? It paid off, and we scored a touchdown to Evan Ingram on that nice, pretty pass down the sideline, that 30-yard touchdown pass that Evan Ingram got, man. We got to do more of that when there's opportunities to do it, man. I felt like there were opportunities in this game. We probably could utilize that, and maybe he's got some plays off to get Darius Toney downfield or Darius Slayton downfield. I mean, we got to start opening this playbook up a lot more. These numbers Daniel Jones had, I get with the way Devonta Booker ran the ball. It worked out. It still worked out offensively. We were able to put up enough points, got the job done. And shout out to Devonta Booker for his 99 yards on the ground. He actually did go over 100 in this game, but on his very last carry, he lost a few yards on the play and got knocked back down to 99. And he wasn't able to come back in the game. He got a little banged up and wasn't able to finish the game. Team total had 149 on the ground. Like I said, Evan Ingram had the big touchdown catch. Shout out Evan Ingram. I have no idea why you can catch all those tough catches like that. Like, you know what I mean? That was a spectacular touchdown catch. And then the ones hit you right in the hands, you just let them just bounce off your hands or whatever. I just can't figure that one out. And then Xavier McKinney, man. As we all, and I don't know if anybody know, the rest of y'all know this, Xavier McKinney was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Well deserved. Had a huge day. 2 interceptions. One of them was a pick 6. 7 solo tackles on the day. Xavier McKinney was out there balling. And he had a couple of pass deflections as well to go along with all of that, man. Kid was playing out of his mind, man. The whole damn defense was, to be quite frank. And I'm ready to say this defense is back, man. Like, I think this defense is back and ready back to form, ready just like last year, a year ago, man. Like, I'm very satisfied with what I've been seeing the last few weeks, man. We keep this up. We still got a shot to make some noise the rest of this season, man. This team, as weird as it's great to say what's great come out my mouth, can still finish with a winning record. Absolutely. Absolutely can still finish with a winning record. We have a lot of winnable games left on this schedule. A lot. We have more winnable games than ones that look like they could be a little tough. You know what I mean? They go the other way. Right now, left on this schedule, remaining on this schedule. The New York Giants continue to play the kind of defense they've been playing these last couple of weeks. There's some hope. And it's legitimate hope. And we're getting healthy on offense. Oh, yeah. Things can get a lot better. Yeah, I agree with that right there. They all came to play, man. Quincy Roche making the game sealing play, coming around that edge with the strip sack. Forget about it, man. Forget about it. Defense was lights out on Sunday. Like I said, I couldn't be more proud of them, man. And yeah, once again, you hitting right on the money with those points, man. Jeff, man. Absolutely. From the offensive coordinator, quarterback, everybody. I agree. Everybody's accountable, man. Nothing is right now. There's nothing really about this offense I can say is like it's like perfectly set in stone. Like nothing about it. Everything needs to step it up, man. Everybody on the offense needs to step it up. Like I said, maybe with everybody with things with extra week off, we come back healthy. We get a healthy Barkley back. We got Galladay back this week, and another week to get rested up for him. You got Kadarius Toney. If we can get Shep back, like I said, we get Andrew Thomas back, which is, like I said, is absolutely the most important one to me. I think some things can start looking up, and with this defense playing the way it's been playing, I feel like it's very promising right now. Our futures could be bright, man. I'm talking about this season too, like legit. There are some very, very winnable games left on our schedule. Like straight up. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like we only have 3 teams left on our schedule with winning records right now, currently. And I believe that's only the Chargers, the Cowboys, and the Buccaneers. Why am I forgetting our next damn game? The Buccaneers. Yeah, I feel like that's the only 3 teams left on our schedule with winning records. So, like I said, we got to figure out a way to get it done, man. Yeah, we got to absolutely figure out a way to get it done. I didn't even know about it. I didn't even realize that. I mean, he's a thumper. Look at Ryan's a thumper, man. He'll come up there and make the stick on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes he takes a little too many unnecessary risk and cover. Sometimes it gets him burnt a little bit, in my opinion. But he's a thumper. He'll come up there and lay lumber on you a little bit. I'm definitely never had no problem with that about Logan Ryan. He'll come make a play when it comes to that. He'll definitely it's definitely all about that tackling life, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. The defense is coming around, and the offenses needs to start doing a lot more, because with the way the defense is playing, the offense needs to start being a lot more effective and a lot more what word am I looking for? A lot more consistent. I agree. Tampa Bay and Philly games, they can be a factor, man. We definitely got to win at least one of those. Absolutely got to win at least one of those games, man. Obviously like to win both of them, but we definitely got to win at least one of them at this point. we gotta take advantage of the schedule we have left in front of us. And like I said, we got to win the games that we can definitely win, and hopefully we can pull off a couple of 1 or 2 of those other games right there that I was talking about that people might not have to give us much of a chance to win. But I think we can play with any of those football teams, especially the way we've been playing the last couple of weeks defensively. Absolutely. They got to be able to stay healthy. Right now, like the best ability for the offense is going to be availability going forward, man. Got to get it done, man. Got to get it done. That's part of what made them resign Logan Ryan. I feel like when people were questioning the contract and why they wanted to resign Logan Ryan, I think it's because what he does bring. He brings something. He does bring an energy to the locker room, man. Just an old vet that knows how to win. You know what I mean? What's going on, Eagles Uncensored? Thanks for stopping by, bro. He knows how to win, and he gets the job done, man. From that aspect, he's a good leader in the locker room, man. For the young players, he's been on championship teams before, so he knows what it's all about, man. This Giant team is still a long way away from that right now, obviously, but he definitely knows what winning's all about, man, and hopefully he can keep instilling a winning attitude in some of our younger players, man. But I'm about to move on to the next one here, man. I'm going to move on to next week's action, man. We're going to start off with the Bucs at the Washington football team. We got both of these teams coming off a bye, man. Coming off a bye last week. And I'm not sure what to think about this game, man. It's weird. I don't know. As much as I want Washington to lose because they're just in the division, you know what I mean? I'd almost be okay with them knocking the Bucs off here, man. Like kind of like bringing them chumps down to reality before they play for a week before they gotta come. We gotta go see them, man. Try to catch them off balance a little bit, but at the same time, I don't see that happening. Not one bit. Washington they've been a mess, and they still haven't really figured it out, man. To be quite frank, man. I mean, I'm not saying like New York Giants have figured it out because you can't say our offense is still very, very questionable at best. And the defense is just finally starting to come around for us. But this Washington team ain't coming around at all, man. This defense is still out there getting trashed every week. Every week. Once again, like I said, I'll reiterate, I said a couple weeks ago, easily the most overrated unit going into this football season was this Washington football team defense because it is out there getting trashed every week. Uncensored, man. I think the way the Eagles been playing all year, they always got a chance because y'all been scrappy, y'all been resilient all season, man. But y'all defense continues to let y'all down, man. You really need to upgrade the linebacker position, man. I don't know. I'm going to have a hard time picking y'all this week going out there to Denver because it's also not an easy place to go play. Denver coming off a big win. That might actually benefit you guys because maybe Denver coming off that, coming down from that high a little bit. Y'all getting there, going there and catch them. But the Eagles have been scrappy and they've been resilient all season, man. So I really don't count them out of any game, to be quite frank, man. They keep it tight with almost everybody. Took a game-winning field goal from the Chargers to beat y'all on Sunday. So yeah, like I can never count y'all out, man. Never know what to expect. It's just right now I just have so little faith in y'all defense, but I do like the way you guys are finally running the football. I just wish y'all did a lot more of that when Miles Sanders was in the lineup. And it's unfortunate that he has to sit there and watch you guys go out there and hand the ball to every other running back on the roster. But when he was out there, he's getting like maybe 10 carries and shit like that a game. I still don't understand. That still is mind blowing to me. But the Eagles, man, definitely been in every game this season for the most part, man. So like I said, you never know. But I'm probably gonna go with Denver in that game on Sunday just because they're at home right now and they are coming off a big win. And I just feel like y'all defense just ain't gonna have enough to slow them down, man. But as far as the Bucs and Washington go, the rest of this, as far as I feel like about that, the Bucs and Washington, man, I'm gonna think I don't know, it doesn't matter that it's in Washington. I think the Bucs are still gonna handle that business. We're gonna go up there and bust that ass. So taking the Bucs in this one, man. I'm thinking Tom Brady. I'm thinking Tom Brady, Mike Evans have big days. Absolutely feast on that Washington secondary. think Washington Tampa Bay gonna win this game. I say, let's say 36-20. Yeah, 36-20 Tampa Bay, man. In this one, man, I just don't see Washington offering up too much resistance, man, in this game. And then we're gonna move on to the next one, man. And that is Atlanta Falcons going down to Big D. Bad week to have to play the Falcons, man. Bad. I mean, I've had to, excuse me. Bad week to have to play the Cowboys. I just don't see. I just don't see the Falcons having a chance in this game. I not at all. And I agree with that. Taylor Heineke, man. He's definitely been balling, man. Like he's been up. He had a few rough weeks. He had a couple of rough weeks, but he's been definitely balling uncensored, man. He's definitely been a pleasant surprise. Feel like they're in no real rush to get Fitzpatrick back in their lineup. Taylor Heineke, he's been pretty much keeping them in games offensively. Him and the connection to Terry McLaurin when he can get that going. That running game has been up and down. They do have McKissick that's been surprisingly making some really nice plays out of the backfield as like a little third down, scat back type of guy. So, that's what's keeping them in games. But the crazy part is that the way people came into this season, it was supposed to be all about their defense, and no one even really talked much about their offense. And then once they lost Curtis Samuel right before the season even started, people really weren't talking about their offense too much. It's possible. I see him possibly being the future there. Yeah, but yeah, it's possible, man, because he's shown some signs of he showed that he's proven right now that they probably should have just went with him in the first place this season, and then instead of bringing Fitzpatrick in at all, he's definitely proven that. I feel like he's giving them a lot more than offensively than Fitzpatrick would have. But glad to see, man. I'm still guys like Taylor Heineke had that reputation of being a backup, and usually you got GMs and owners always looking to upgrade, man. And somehow, some way, I'm sure they're going to be bringing another quarterback in. Maybe to give Heineke a chance to compete, but at the same time, I'm not sure. But yeah, the Falcons, man. Yeah, it's the tough week to have to play the Cowboys. Coming off an embarrassing loss at home. There's no way in the world they're trying to get embarrassed again. There's no way in the world I can see the Falcons going down there and having any real chance. Falcons did win a big game a week ago against New Orleans, but that was a New Orleans team that was playing with Trevor Siemian or Taysom Hill. I don't even know who their quarterback was in that game. I'm not even sure who they started at quarterback in that game. But yeah, I see a very bad beat down here, unfortunately. Once again, I would love if the Falcons could pull off the huge upset, but I'm just not seeing it. It's not looking very likely. And I'm thinking that the Cowboys are going to absolutely just demolish the Atlanta Falcons. As horrible a game as Dak played on Sunday, I can't see him doing that 2 weeks in a row. I can't see him just missing CeeDee Lamb all day long. Mari Cooper, I feel like that connection is going to come back. Zeke is going to run all over this defense. Zeke and Tony Pollard. It's going to be a long day for the Falcons, I think. And I think the Cowboys may literally put up 40 points in this game. And with that being said, man, I'm thinking, the final score on this one, man, I'm going to go 44. Yeah, I said 44 to about 22. And I'm thinking most of that's going to come in garbage time for the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Cowboys are going to absolutely come out and roll in this one. Hate to say it, pains me to say it, but that's just the way I truly feel. I can't fake that, man. I can't just come out here just saying what I want to happen. Gotta say what I think is going to actually happen. And I believe the Cowboys are going to bust that ass. Straight up. Don't think this is going to be a competitive game. Not one bit. But then we got one more to talk about real quick, man. Only one more this week to talk about. And that will be, we talked about it a little bit already for a couple minutes real quick, but that is the Philadelphia Eagles. Excuse me. Heading out to Denver, man, to play them Broncos, who are coming off of a huge win on Sunday against the Cowboys down in Dallas. Now they are back home hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, back-to-back NFC East opponents. And this is going to be a fun one, man, especially with the way the Eagles have been running the football. The way the Eagles have been running the football the last couple weeks, man, this could be a fun one because that's what they're going to need to do once again in this game to slow down that Broncos, to wear down that Bronco defense, and just to, quite frankly, keep their offense off the field, man. Teddy Bridgewater has been playing pretty solid football all season, and the Eagles' defense has clearly been their Achilles heel. If their defense was even a little bit better, the Eagles could probably have at least 2 or 3 more wins on the year. That's just straight up. That's how bad their defense is. That's been the main reason they've lost most of the games that they've lost, is their defense can just stop. Absolutely hasn't really been able to prove to stop much of anybody that they've played. I mean, it's just unfortunately the way it is. Jalen Hurts is out there. Like I said, I've been saying it all year long on this podcast. He's playing a lot better than I expected him to. You know what I mean? I give a kid credit for being better than I initially thought. I mean, I think he does need to still work on some things with his downfield throwing and everything like that. But at the same time, this kid has definitely been making enough plays to keep this football team in it, man. Absolutely. Week in and week out, he's making the plays with his legs. He's making the plays. I mean, he's making enough plays with his arm. I mean, people laugh at his pass numbers most week, but at the same time, it is what it is. For the most part, this kid is having successful outings. I mean, it's not him. He is definitely not the reason for the Eagles' failures right now. You know what I mean? It is definitely, the defense is definitely the most responsible. But like I said, like I was also talking about that, also the fact that it took them this long into the season to realize that they can run the football. They got an offensive line that can push people out the way, open up holes for their running backs, and run the football. Because like I was saying earlier, man, they can't just keep depending on Jalen Hurts to be like the leading rusher every game. That just can't. That's not a good recipe for success, especially if you want this kid going forward to be your franchise quarterback, man. You can't wear him out running him that many times week in and week out. It's good that he has that ability to make the plays with his legs. And he has those good instincts to make those plays when he needs to. But let's face it, y'all are calling several design runs for this kid too, also throughout the course of the games. And it's just, I think after a while, it gets too much at this level, man. It's one thing in college. This ain't college no more, man. This is the NFL. This is definitely the big boy league. Got to do better, man. You got to do better with that. Nick Sirianni as a coach, you got to like really understand and utilize the talent you have on your football team. Clearly, like I said, sure, Jordan Howard not your typical guy that's on anybody's practice squad, but he was on your practice squad. You brought him up, and just like that, it was an immediate impact just by simply turning around and handing the ball off to him. And like I said, whenever you get, I'm not sure what the status of Miles Sanders is, but whenever you can get him back in your lineup, you got to absolutely use that, man. He is one of the better running backs in the entire league. Just can't put it any plainer than that. The man averages like 5 yards a carry. How are you not turning around and giving him the ball 17, 18 times in the game? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But this is going, like I said, it's gonna be a tough one for the Eagles. Eagles have been scrappy, resilient all season, but this is gonna be a tough one out in Denver, man. But so I'm gonna go on here, and I think just because of their defense is going to end up letting them down in this one. But as always, I'm not going to pick. Denver's not going to run away with them like they did against Dallas a week ago. I feel like this will be a probably fairly low scoring affair. Not low scoring, but I mean it'll be close. I feel like this will be a type of game. Eagles be like I feel like Denver might win this one, maybe say 24, 20, 21, 24-21. And a close, another heartbreaking loss because the defense couldn't make enough plays, man. I just feel like that's how the season's been for the Eagles, unfortunately. For this whole damn division, other than the Cowboys, I mean, it's been pretty rough for everybody else with some of these same issues, man. The New York Giants, my New York Giants on the bye this week, but we had our struggles early in the season with our defense, and they finally starting to come around. So hope that continues to improve, and let's hope that just continues to improve. You know what I mean, like. Because right now our offense is still has absolutely no true identity, and until Giants offense gets an identity, it's gonna be interesting ride the rest of the season. But like I said, the way things are going right now with what's left on our schedule, there's still an outside shot. I'm not saying it's not likely, it's not a high percentage, but a shot is a shot, and right now. Every other team in this division still has a shot. I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about Washington at this point now. But with the way the Eagles have been playing, they still got a shot. The way the Giants are playing the last couple of weeks, we got a shot. You know what I mean? And that's all you need in this league. It's about most times it's about who gets hot at the right time. And right now, with this bye week, give us an extra week to get healthy on the offensive side of football. With the defense doing what they've been doing the last few weeks, I mean, you never know, man. You never know. We can get a little bit hot and just sneak in. That's all it takes, man. That's all it takes. But I'm about to wrap this one up for the week, man. Thank you everybody for coming through. Eagles Uncensored, man. I appreciate you, brother, for stopping by, man. I do this every Wednesday night, man. I might hit you up, man. Maybe I can get you on one of these weeks, man. Co-host with me, man. But I'll talk to you about that, bro. And but it's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, man. I might do a little stream sometime this weekend. I'm not sure since I ain't gonna have no other videos to do, like my True Blue preview and True Blue Aftermath ain't going down this week since the Giants is on a bye. So yeah, I might do a stream on Saturday, maybe Sunday. I don't know. I'll see if I don't have nothing else going on. But it's your boy, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Peace. Damn it, the hell. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan.